we live in a world with two national touring sprint car series between the World of Outlaws and High Limit, this talking point about which series is more difficult, it's going to persist. And it's going to persist because there's no real way to answer this question. And if you spend any amount of time where sprint car conversations are happening, you're going to likely run into folks debating one side or the other. And you get the gravel versus sweet, which one has tougher features to make, the top of one is better than the top of the other, and et cetera, and on and on. Over the weekend, after Rico Abreu's win at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track, Kyle Larson himself took the chance to weigh in on the subject. He told Tony Laporta, quote, "Seems to be harder to win a high limit race than an outlaw race right now." He had a wry smile on his face when he said it, and obviously we need to take his assessment with a grain of salt, as he just happens to be co-owner of the side he was advocating for. If you're curious on his stats versus both sides, Larson with a win, 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s against high limit, average finish of 3.5. In 6 outlaw starts this year, it's 3 wins, 6 top 5s, and 6 top 10s, with an average finish of 1.67. Larson, though, qualifying more than 2 positions better on average against the Outlaws, and with no heat race inversion, he's going to start better in features. He also admitted that Texas Motor Speedway hasn't been a great track for them, and that showed especially on Thursday, 16th in qualifying and a season worst finish of 9th, and that was after starting 13th. I was curious, though, about the strength of the fields, so I used the best option we have at the moment for measuring that, which is the ratings over at sprintcarratings.com. Those are obviously put together by Bill over there. I used the full 2-year rolling rating system to look at this, so we have a bit of a more of a complete picture of the individual drivers versus just the 2025 ratings, which are a much smaller sample size. I then compared strength of fields between Saturday night at Texas and Friday night at Eldora. Similar car counts, 31 at TMS and 34 at Eldora. In the features, we have ratings on 23 drivers for each side, as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ashton Torgerson, they're not rated right now by Bill. So for the 23 drivers we counted on each side, High Limit's total score was 8.9335, with an average rating through the field of 0.3885. The Outlaws, though, scoring better, a total of 9.5332 and an average rating of 0.4145. And given the geography, you'd probably expect Ohio to come with tougher sprint car drivers than Texas, so it's not a surprise to see Eldora with a tougher strength of field. If we pare it down, though, to just the series full-timers, if we want to just compare kind of apples to apples here, the Outlaws again scoring better in the ratings. The 14 high rollers with an average of 0.439, and the 15 Outlaws with an average of 0.478. Take those numbers, digest however you would like,